I'm Joey.
I'm Carleen.
And I'm Pete.
And this is Triple the Nonsense. Welcome back to and Toast.
And Toast.
Oh, the nonsense has already begun. How are we doing? Welcome to a brand new arc. Carleen and Pete, how are your lives?
We are recording in the morning and I am tired.
Same. But I did find out that my Donors Choose project got fully funded as of last night.
I saw that. That's exciting. Woo-woo.
So
what are you going to be doing with all that?
So
shopping.
You wish. No, so I'm getting 2 iPads for my classroom, along with some Osmo kits that help with spelling, numbers, math, all that type of stuff. So it's another component that the kids can have when, they're not with me. They can have little fun with technology.
That's really
cool. Yay.
Yeah.
Hey, congrats. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
That's a big deal.
I also would like to point out that Pete and I say it's morning and we're tired, but our time it's 11 a.m. and Carleen's time it's 8 a.m. So realistically, we can't complain. Here we are.
I'm the only one.
I had a performance last night. I didn't get home till 11:30.
And I just didn't go to bed till 1 because I was watching a movie. So priorities.
Also, I just noticed this. Is that picture behind you straight?
No.
Okay.
But neither am I, so who cares?
Well, because he's also catty cornered in his room.
That's
so
also
of course it'll look not straight.
Is it straight? It might be. But the ceiling slants it, so whatever. It's fine.
You just made it not straight though.
There it is. All right.
The chaos. Such chaos.
Listen, I've always said I'm an agent of chaos. Here we are. If you're
we
just
are.
listening, I just knocked my painting on the side and it's literally swinging back and forth in frame. So it's fine.
This picture just rotated 78 degrees.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that for the entire time. But anyways, welcome to a brand new arc. We're calling this the arts arc, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
So for the next 3 episodes, each of us are going to get a chance to host, and we're doing an episode on music, which is the one we're doing today, which I'm hosting. Next week's will be about theater, which Peter for Louise is hosting, and the last one will be about dance, which we may or may not have a special guest on the podcast for. We'll find out. So I'm hosting the music one because if you've never listened to this before, hello, why are you starting this episode? Go back to the beginning. But I am a music teacher. I teach high school band and general music, and it just kind of made sense that in the arts that this would be the episode I'm leading. So here we are. So I thought my brain just forgot how to function for a second. What I thought would be a fun way to start is to talk a little bit about all of our backgrounds with music. I've done that a bunch between our talking about college episode and whatnot, but I'll give a brief synopsis of my musical background. And then I'm curious to hear, Carleen and Pete, if you two have any backgrounds in being in band or choir, anything in your past lives, or if you still do anything music related, which is stuff you've probably told me, but because I'm turning into Pete, I probably forgot. So my musical background, I started playing saxophone in 5th grade. So back in 2004, I believe. I don't know about other band programs, but the way our school system had us decide which instrument we were going to play is they did kind of an instrument zoo type of day. We got to see all the different instruments get played by high schoolers, and then we could choose. And one of my older sister's best friends played the saxophone, and I loved her and thought that was so cool. So on the sheet we got to choose a first, second, and third choice, I wrote saxophone all 3 times.
So decisive.
So was selected to play saxophone, and here we are 18 years later. Gosh. So I was in band all through middle school, 5th grade, middle school, high school. Obviously went to college to be a music educator, so I've played lots of music, been in lots of groups, jazz, concert bands, all the things, sax quartets. One of my saxophone quartets got our own special tour when I was in college because the department loved us so much. They're like, we're gonna send just you to go on a tour, and it was dope. So yeah, music's a big part of my life because it's literally all I do all the time. And it's great. But enough about me. Would either you two, I mean, your answer could be I've done nothing with music. Bye. I don't know. So
Well, I'll go first. So in elementary school, I was in choir up through fifth grade. I did a lot of um, things in the choir. I remember a performance we had very vividly. It was like a Disney night where a bunch of our songs were like Disney themed, and my choir teacher gave me a solo. And I remember that solo was part of Step in Time from Mary Poppins.
ooh, fun.
So we were dancing. I had the solo. It was a really good experience. Since then, and middle school and that, I kind of got away from the singing. I did do a couple of talent shows with performing. It was something that I loved to do. And then when I hit high school, I ended up being in my school's marching band, not doing not doing an instrument, but being in the color guard. And
we love marching band.
For those 4 years. And in those 4 years, I really got, to learn a lot, just like the musicality and, things that I probably would never have done prior to that. And then I did 2 years in college with color guard too. So yeah, that's my experience.
I love that. Pete, before you go, while you were talking, Carleen, I was like, wait, I also did choir in high school and like sung in college and like did musicals and stuff. I like, my brain's always like, band's all I do, but like I also did all of the singing and things and that too, because fun. And marching band we love. Pete, go.
So my parents actually own a band instrument repair business when we lived down in Florida.
Knew that. I forgot about that.
So I worked starting when I was like 6 in their shop, helping them fix them. So I had to learn how to play them to make sure they were fixed properly and put back together properly. So I've been playing brass instruments forever. And I'm way out of practice because I haven't done it since I think my 8th grade. I stopped playing my 8th grade year. But I was in like the middle school band and stuff. It just wasn't for me. I don't like playing boring songs I didn't like. But then I did do all the musicals in high school. I didn't join choir or anything. But yeah, we've been doing music for a long time. Now I just love karaoke a lot.
That's fair. I miss karaoke. That's one thing that like, I mean, one of many things I've missed since COVID, but like karaoke's so fun.
I've been to karaoke one time, like in person, and I was like, oh my God, I miss you so much.
I think one of two things needs to both happen. One, we need to do another Zoom karaoke night. And then 2, when we all get together, we just need to go have a big karaoke party at a bar.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't plan on ever meeting you two in real life. This is a fake friendship. The cat's out of the bag. This is actually the end of the podcast. I despise both of you. Bye. Kidding. Yes, 1,000%. We need to go to karaoke.
Joey, I have a follow-up question for you since you're the music expert here.
Sure.
You've been playing saxophone. What's your favorite saxophone?
Oh, I get asked that a lot, and honestly, I don't know. Because like a lot of my saxophone career, they like different teachers and stuff would put me on Barry because especially at a younger age, playing the larger saxophones is harder because it involves more air and it's just a larger, heavier instrument and like all that stuff. So I got put on Barry all through middle school, which was fun and I liked Barry, but also I didn't like having the easier parts because especially in middle school, like low brass, it's mostly like half notes, whole notes, like the parts aren't that hard. So when I got to high school, I was like, I'm gonna play alto saxophone. I'm gonna get the melody and blah blah blah. So I played alto all through high school. 1 year of Barry in the jazz band, but I do love playing Barry and jazz band because you like get like bass lines, which like dope. And then in college was primarily split pretty evenly between alto and Barry. So I guess like you could sort of say those two, but like after college, I've like played in pits and then other groups and like I bought myself a tenor and soprano saxophone, and I've played those two things. And recently, the community band I play in, we just did Percy Granger's Lincolnshire Posy, which was all soprano saxophone, which was super fun. So I don't know. I think if I had to choose for jazz band, Barry saxophone for sure. For everything else, I really do like playing alto and like the higher stuff. So like alto mainly, or depending on the situation, soprano would be my two answers. So long story short, yes. But let me ask you a follow-up question, because I know you said you played in middle school. Did you mention it and I just forget? Like, and you said you played brass. Well, what did you play in middle school?
I played in the band. I played trombone,
I could see that.
which our friend Jessica, she also played trombone. And I always give her a hard time. Like, how do you get to sixth position?
Because
she's very short.
Because she's tiny.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's so fair. There was a time when I was long-term subbing for our elementary and middle school teacher a couple of years ago, because he was out for like surgery and I was still half-time, so I could. And I was doing like the beginning trombones, and like there are these teeny tiny children like struggling to even like reach fifth, and I was like, you need to hit your growth spurt soon, because this is gonna get harder. Because it's like trombone, you start with B flat and then C is way out there, so it's like right out of the gate, it's like you need to stretch. So
Yeah, B flat. Oh, this is good. I got this. What?
Go
gadget arms.
Oh my God.
1,000%. Cool. So that's all of our backgrounds for music, and that's the episode. Just kidding. So if you know anything about me, you know that
He loves games.
I love games.
Wait, what?
Yes, you beat me to it. So I forgot to ask you both this ahead of time, but could you possibly get something to write answers on, whether it is some type of whiteboard or paper and pen, or iPad or whatever is near you that works, that I should have asked ahead of time and I didn't? Welcome to chaos. I'm just gonna stall and keep talking while you're looking for things. Things that you can write with, that you can hold up to the screen so I can verify you're not cheating. Carleen has taken off her headphones and she is gone. And I see Pete rummaging in the background. So this is going great. How about buddy? If you're watching the unedited version, this is still in, and I'm just going to awkwardly dance. If you're listening to the audio version, you're not going to hear this because I'm going to cut it out.
Okay. All right, I'll get paper. I had a dry erase board, but I haven't erased it.
No, so did I, and I
And
can't find mine.
Yeah, because you both used them in the past. You don't just leave them by your computers for the podcast. Come on.
well, I do.
No.
I just can't find my marker, and I can't erase this 8.7 I drew on the board.
Haha, I have one.
Oh, it's like there permanently.
Yeah, like
I see.
8.7.
All right, I'm adjusting.
Now
my
it's for a
screen
TikTok
here.
I made for
Are
a
we
TikTok
gonna-
mommy.
Oh, fun.
Are we going to have a callback, Joey, to a previous episode that you made us cause nonsense on before we played a game?
You mean the trial one forever ago, or am I forgetting an actual episode we've done?
An actual episode we've done.
I don't know, but here's the thing. We have a game and there's 2 rounds, and the winner at the end gets a choice of doing something, but I'm going to reveal that at the end so that you can't conspire against me in the middle by texting and trying to like determine an outcome based on whatever I say the winner gets. So this is me saying, you can't best me this time. This is my game. So are you both ready with some sort of writing apparatus?
Yes.
Cool. So I've created a music game. Some has to do with like music history stuff. Some has to do with like music theory stuff. Me being me, it's not a lot of recent stuff, but I put in some recent stuff too to like make it interesting. Because I love games. So here's how the game's going to work. The first round is a true or false round. So you both get to answer every question by writing down true or false on your paper. So that way there's no cheating. If you get the answer right, you get 10 points. If you get it wrong, you get nothing. I don't feel like taking points away because I'm not going to discredit anyone for effort. Welcome to Mr. Hendrix's classroom.
Is there partial credit for being partially correct?
You can't be partially correct for true and false.
But like for the future.
No, in
questions.
general.
Well, maybe.
Are you going to be adding up the numbers?
I can. Yes, I have paper here. So
Are you
that's yeah.
capable of adding up the numbers?
Yes, I'm very good at math. So first round, true or
Really?
false. There's 6 questions. Second round is going to be sort of like Jeopardy. So when we get to the second round, I'm going to make each of you come up with like a buzzer noise, and whichever noise they hear first, the person gets the answer. If they get it right, they also get 10 points. If they get it wrong, the other person can steal. If they get it, they get 10 points. And if no one gets something right, again, I'm not taking points away because I don't feel like discrediting effort.
I have my buzzer noise picked already.
Okay.
I'd actually make it. I don't have that.
I meant from your mouth, but we'll figure that out when we get there.
I was just doing that because I have that
That's fair. That's fair.
on my phone to annoy one student in particular.
You're a monster.
I know.
All right. So are you ready for the true or false round?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. In 650 AD, the first music notation was created called neumes. So write down your responses, true or false. Carleen's face seems questioning. All right. Do you both have your responses?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold them up.
False.
True, false. Peter for Louise, you get 10 points. So yeah, they were called neumes, Neumes. And it was created, it was less of like the system of music notation we know now, where it's like the lines and specific notes, but it was more to like show the contour of a line over like written text. So people use it to learn like chants and like melodies and stuff. But like over a few hundred years, it got harder and harder to read, especially as like music was advancing and like instruments and stuff. So around 1000 AD is when in Italy when like the standard notation started to happen. So it first started with 4 lines of music, eventually became 5. But back when in that 1000 AD, they created the system of solfege, which is still used now in choir. And if anyone here has ever done choir, you know solfege, and you probably just got triggered. But yeah, so each of these also comes with a fun fact because we love to learn. So how fun. Are you so excited? Carleen, you're losing. All right, question number 2. The creator of the saxophone was named Henry Sax. True or false? Every time I read these, I've almost also said if it was true or false, like because I wrote that right after it, so I knew not to make a mistake. And it's fine. All right, do we have our answers?
Yeah.
All right, reveal your answers, true or false. Carleen says false. Pete says true. That is 10 points for Carleen. It is false. So the creator of the saxophone was actually named Adolf Sax.
Dang, like I felt good about the last. I was like, I really thought the last name was Sax, and that makes sense. Like
his last name was Sax, but it was Adolf Sax, Adolphe.
Oh my gosh.
And he patented it in 1846. He was like a flute, clarinet, woodwind player, and then between that inspiration made the saxophone. But yeah, I don't love that his first name's Adolf, but let's move on.
Why do we call him Adolphe?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't name him. I wasn't there. So
Okay. I thought you were.
all right. So the famous opera, The Barber of Seville, was written by Rossini. True or false? I only put his last name, so I didn't feel like pronouncing his first name.
Or attempt to.
Yeah. All right, reveal your answers. True or false? Okay, sorry. Carleen says true. Pete, what does that say?
Let's make it 3 trues in a row.
You both say true. It is
Yeah.
true. You both get 10 more points. So yeah, he wrote it. I didn't write down the year, and I'm not going to guess. But the Italian libretto was written by Cesare Sterbini. Do either of you know what a libretto is? So a libretto is the term for a specific text that's written for either opera or a longer form vocal work. So fun. We're learning. We love to learn.
Yes.
All right. Question number 4. Beyonce has won the most Grammys. True or false? See, a mix of old knowledge and new knowledge. We're all good. All right, reveal your answers. True or false?
True.
Pete says false. Carleen says true. The answer is false.
Oh,
Pete gets 10 more points. So George Solte actually has the most Grammy Awards. He has 31.
I knew it was going to be someone I've never heard of.
He's a British orchestral and operatic conductor. And he was the first, his first was for Best Opera Recording at the 5th Grammy Awards back in 1963. Beyonce's actually tied second for 28 Grammys, and she's tied with Quincy Jones. So she was close. I mean, she still has time. She's alive. She could win 4 more Grammys and be the first of all time. Who knows? All right. Question number 5. Speaking of Quincy Jones is famous for being a piano player. True or false? He's very important. He's tied for second most Grammys. I almost just gave away the answer by saying something else and stopped myself. All right, so reveal your answers, true or false. Pete says false. Carleen says true. That's 10 more points for Pete. Quincy Jones is famous for being a trumpet player. That is his main instrument. Pete, did you know that, or is that just a guess?
I thought because his name is most recognizable for me from Austin Powers. And so I was like, I don't remember a lot of piano being in there. So I'm going to go with no.
Hey, whatever works. You got it right. All right. The 6th and final true or false question for the true or false round. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Joey Hendrix is the best music teacher in the world. True or false?
I feel like this is a trick question.
True or false? All right, reveal your answer.
Hold on. I need to think about this.
Okay. Should be obvious. And you don't have to write an explanation. You can just say an explanation after you say true or
I'm
false.
giving an explanation.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Show your answers. True or false? I'm the best music teacher in the whole world.
false and true.
Carleen, you have to pick one.
Ah,
I said false, and for a bonus point, you're the third best.
Carleen, what's your final answer? True or false?
false.
All right, the correct answer is false. The reasoning is
You're the third best. I get a bonus point. Thank you.
No, you don't get a bonus point. The reasoning is because every music educator does incredible work creating a safe environment for their students to learn and grow their love of music. So all music educators are the best in their own right, but there's not one singular best. So that's why it's false. Trick question. Ha ha ha.
Well, we both got it right though, so
you both got it right, correct. So at the end of the first round, Carleen has 30 points and Pete is currently in the lead with 50 points. How fun. But Carleen, you have a chance to come back because now we're in the second sort of like Jeopardy round. So there's 9 questions. And I'm going to read out the question. You have to think of a buzzing noise that you make with your mouth, or like you could hit something or whatever. Whatever noise I hear first I'll select that person to answer. If you get it right, you get 10 points. If you don't, other person can steal, but no losing points. And most of these are like music theory, music world type of questions. I tried to do a good mix of like band versus choir stuff because I know like you have mixed backgrounds in both. So what are your buzzing in sounds gonna be? Embarrass yourselves.
bing bong.
Ooh, love. Makes sense. Bing bong.
I'm annoying.
I'm gonna say meep.
That was a bad time for me to take a sip of coffee. I love that. Okay, so we got bing bong and meep. Perfect. All right, are you both ready?
Sure.
And this is also going to rely on like the internet because like in real time, maybe Carleen makes a sound work, but because of Arizona internet, maybe I'll hear Pete's sound first. So we'll just see what happens.
Oh,
It's
I do
fine.
have a distinct advantage here, don't I? Yeah.
All righty then. So question number 1, name the 3 notes in a D major chord. Silence.
Do we get points taken away for wrong answers?
No.
Bing bong.
Okay, go for it.
B flat, C, E.
No. But here's a hint. It's a D major chord. So that's one of the options. Carleen, you have a chance to steal.
Me?
Okay, yeah.
That's not a note.
Still chose to make the noise. Love it, love it.
Well, I wasn't sure.
Love the commitment.
You
No,
love
that's a
to
rule.
like
We love commitment.
D.
Yes.
I'm just gonna guess because I don't know. C A.
Okay.
C A.
Here's the thing. D and A are two of them. The third one is F sharp, because if you follow a D scale, it goes D, E, F sharp, G, A, and the chords are based on the first, third, and fifth notes of a scale. But that's 2 out of 3. So like part of me wants to give you partial credit.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's say like 6 points. That's almost 2/3 of 10.
Yeah.
Right? Math? Fine.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, cool. If you think that's unfair in the comments, let us know. All right, so question number 2. The flute is a member of what instrument family?
Bing bong.
No.
Woodwinds.
It is part of the woodwind family. Absolutely. I almost worded it in a way that would have given it away. I was just like, flute, it gets mistaken for a brass instrument commonly. Like, what is it actually? But like, that would have taken an option away. So I didn't. You didn't need to know that. Fine. All right. Question number 3. What is the definition of enharmonic note? Cool silence.
I'm trying to think.
How do you spell enharmonic?
Don't Google it, but
I'm not.
I
just want to know like the prefix.
got it. ENHARMONIC. Enharmonic.
Bing bong.
Okay.
Notes that are in harmony.
No. Carleen, you have a chance.
No, I'm trying to because that literally is what I was thinking, but I didn't want to buzz in.
Good thing you didn't.
I'm never too proud to not look dumb.
Listen, I always say, if you're going to make a mistake, make it loud and confidently.
Meep.
Okay.
Is it 2 notes that sound the same but are different?
That's 100% what I wrote. Yes.
Well done.
So the example I wrote is like G sharp and A flat, 2 technically different notes, but they sound the same because of life. Love that.
Well done.
Go Carleen. That was like legit. I wrote 2 notes that sound the same but look different. Like that's word for word what I wrote. That's amazing. Are you cheating?
I am not.
Yes.
Because I wrote this all. This is in our drive because I made a doc last night in the triple.
Oh no, I'm not. Oh. I'll share my screen. I am not.
No, I believe you, Pete.
No.
All right. Question number 4. What is a ligature?
Bing bong.
Pete.
It is a device that holds music, mostly used during marching band competitions.
No. That's a liar.
Ah!
Lyre.
No! Ah!
You were
Dang
so
it.
confident. I feel
I
bad.
know it was really confident.
But no, that's a liar that you described.
I know what it is.
Carleen, you once again got a chance to steal. You might take this away because Pete just answers too fast.
What was the question again?
What is a ligature?
I do not know.
Can I answer for no points to see if I'm right?
Sure.
It's it holds a reed to reed instrument.
That is what it is. Yes. So reed
Dang.
instruments, like specifically like clarinet, saxophones, because flutes don't have them. To keep the reed attached to the mouthpiece is the ligature, the thing that goes over, and like there's typically 1 to 2 screws that like holds it into place. That is a ligature. But that is a no point round.
I'm so mad. Luckily, a ligature is the same thing for like, it's kind of the same thing for like woodwinds as it is for like murder scenes. Like if someone has ligature marks, it's because their hands are tied together.
Cool. Didn't know that.
I'm so mad at myself.
Well, also, like, as I was asking it, I was like, oh, he grew up in an instrument repair shop. He must know what this is.
Yeah. That's what I'm just like, oh.
It's fine. Everybody makes mistake. mistakes. Everybody has those days.
Makes mistakes.
There we go. We love Hannah Montana.
Mistakes.
All right. Question number 5. Name the 4 standard voice types in singing.
Bing bong.
Pete.
No.
Soprano, alto, tenor, baritone.
Do I give that to you? That is the question.
Let's see if Carleen's answer is better.
Okay, Carleen.
Isn't it? Because there's 2 types of sopranos. Isn't it like first soprano, second soprano, alto, and baritone? Or tenor? And
See, okay. I wrote soprano, alto, tenor, and bass because like the lowest male voice that typically sing of like is those 4 voice range. But some arrangement, a lot of baritones do sing the bass part, which is why I'm kind of like, should I give it to Pete? I'll give it to Pete. I'll give it to you, Pete.
Yay!
But yes, you both know singing. We love that. I guess that was kind of a trick question, but it wasn't. Oh well, it's fine. Anyone in the comments? I'm not a choir person anymore. Let me know if I'm wrong. But I wrote soprano, alto, tenor, bass. But baritones obviously exist, as do like mezzo sopranos and all the other inner working stuff. But who knows? It's fine. All right. Point update because we have 4. We have 4 questions left. I do have a tiebreaker, but since Carleen got partial credits, if she gets all of them right, then she'll win. Anyways, I digress. Carleen currently has 46 points, and Pete has 70 points. So there's 4 questions left. It's still anybody's
It's anyone's game. And
you
know how
say that, and
impulsive
you're
I
gonna
am.
get all of them.
I'm impulsive
Right.
and say the wrong things too fast.
He makes a fair point.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the name of the stick that a conductor uses?
Bing bong.
Pete.
Baton.
It is a baton.
Mhm. See,
That's 10 more points to Peter for Louise. Mine's in my car right now. If I was smart, I would have brought it and been like this, but I didn't.
I could
right.
have pointed to us like, you get the points. You get the points.
I should have. I'll be right back. Just kidding. I don't feel like walking. All right. So question number 7. Call back to earlier. What is a libretto? I specifically gave you the
Bing
definition.
bong.
Pete.
It's a style of writing music that's kind of parallel to operatic.
How is it related to operatic music? I'll give you a chance to elaborate.
No follow-up questions, please.
Carleen, do you want to? Yep. Do you want
it
to?
is in addition to like the opera singing genre. What
But
Pete
how-
said plus opera.
But how? But how? I'm looking for one specific 4-letter word. Because it does relate to opera and
You
longer.
can't say 4-letter words on the podcast.
Yes, you can. Just not the bad ones. It's there. It's somewhere.
know.
I almost just
ether.
said it and I stopped myself.
It's in the ether.
Mhm.
I want to say like extends. Oh, yeah.
I tell
The words.
Ha-ha!
The words.
It's the words. The libretto are the text is what I was looking for. But yes, it's the words written for opera and longer vocals. So Carleen gets it. I will give you all 10 points, even though that was longer than I should have given. But whatever, it's fine. We're just having fun. I love games. All right. So that's everybody's recall and memory. So question number 8 in this round. What is the that's a 2-part question, sorry. It's a 2-parter. What is the opposite of a crescendo and what does it mean?
Bing bong.
Pete.
A crescendo and getting quieter.
Decrescendo and it means to get gradually softer.
He didn't-
Correct.
He didn't say decrescendo.
That's
Yeah,
what
it
he
is.
said. I think you got distracted by the barking dog in the background.
Yes. Likely. Stop barking. You're really disrupting the podcast. Go find something quiet to play with.
Man,
He's like,
my
"What?"
my dog's laying quietly right over there. Not to
He's
brag,
probably-
not to flex, but Wesley's being a little angel.
The toast just wants to be in my lap.
I mean, fair. Okay, we have the final question.
Yeah.
Should I make it interesting and make it worth 40 points so Carleen has a chance?
Yes.
Or should I just say?
Yeah,
oh,
but
okay.
yeah, just do it because then Pete's gonna get it.
Well, let's do this because I did make a tiebreaker question. So like let's say Carleen gets this right. Let's call it a tie, and then we can do a tiebreaker question just to make it interesting. But
Yeah.
if Pete gets it, then Pete wins.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. Let's do that.
Okay,
That
cool. Who wrote the music for Star Wars, Indiana Jones, DT, and many, many more? I thought that would be immediate. Intriguing. Who's the famous composer who's written legendary music for Star Wars, Indiana Jones,
Oh,
and many
me!
others?
Meep!
Carleen.
John Williams.
It is John
Okay.
Williams. Yes, yes, yes. Who
The,
every
the
day I'm
thought. The thought that went
Man.
into that.
the man, the myth, the legend that he is, John Williams. Yes. All right. So now tiebreaker question, even though factually Pete should still win, but we're making it interesting. So
Yeah.
tiebreaker question, anybody's chance, anybody's game. This is another throwback to the very beginning of this episode.
Ugh.
Man, you know my memory's bad.
What year did I start playing saxophone?
Oh, shit.
I said it.
I know.
Bing bong,
Pete.
No,
6th grade.
that's not a
What
year.
year? It was 5th grade, but what year did I specifically say?
So
I'll give you a chance.
I know.
5th grade is correct. It was 5th grade. What calendar year? September of what?
I know.
97.
Bruh, in 97, I was 3. No, I was 4.
Dang.
I was actually just about to say it was early 2000s, but then you said 97.
Meep.
Carleen,
2004.
it was 2004. So from behind, Carleen has taken the game. Wow, Pete. Really, Pete won, but Carleen won.
I got the questions that mattered. I got the
True.
Joey questions.
Yeah,
That's
you finished.
true.
You finished strong. You finished strong.
You finished strong. That's so exciting. So here's what the winner gets, because I specifically didn't want to say before because I didn't want you to conspire against me. Carleen, you have a choice of 2 things you can do with your victory.
Okay.
Are you ready for your options?
I'm ready for my options.
Option number 1, you can post anything you want from Pete's Instagram, or you can send Pete a TikTok sound to use to make any sort of video that he wants on the TikTok, on our podcast TikTok page. Which I guess we sort of already did last week with the challenge, but you could do it again.
So funny enough, Joey, regardless of what the winner was doing, Pete and I were kind of still conspiring against you.
Yeah, of
On
course
the
you were.
side.
I'm not surprised. I
Um,
still have to do that Dougie dance for our TikTok. I haven't forgotten. I just haven't done it
Yeah.
yet.
You
Yeah,
gotta go
both
before
of
I do.
you
'Cause I got
do.
a plan. I got. Well,
Yeah,
I got a plan to go off of Joey's.
Yeah, no, I dropped them. I'll do that one today. But so sneak
Um,
peek whenever you see that TikTok posted. We're doing it the day we recorded this.
Let's do the Instagram,
Okay. All right.
but it also has to go with you, Joey.
Well, okay, what? I was about to get so mad.
I'll make it nice. I'll make it family friendly. I will send it to you in the Snapchat.
Do you have an ugly picture of me?
I don't believe so. Maybe
One does not
maybe.
exist.
Oh, you still
Aw.
lost.
Maybe I'll make it. Oh, I think I got it. I think I'm gonna put. I'm gonna send you guys some snippets of some bloopers that you got to post on your. Instagrams.
Oh, that's fair. I feel like we haven't had bloopers in a while, but
We have not.
The ones because we're so professional.
pros.
Everybody subscribe to our podcast wherever you find podcasts.
So I think that's it. I will find either a funny moment or a blooper, i.e. Pete from the background thinking he wasn't in the.
I love that clip so much. I know we've already posted it, but I love it so much.
So yeah, look out for that.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Just like la. No.
And then Joey, I think for you, I'm gonna give you the clip that I almost made you spit water.
You're only posting on Pete's Instagram.
No,
right.
but
So send to
it
my
also
Instagram, I'll
goes with
post it.
you.
Oh, so you're gonna give him both of those to post on his. Fine.
Deal.
I don't care. That's whatever. I'm proud of. That's not even a blooper. That's in the episode.
Yeah. So
But I'm here for it. Cool. Fam, we did it. Welcome to the beginning of this arc. I could have gone like more in depth to music things, but I decided not to. And I feel like we still learned a lot today of things that you may not have known and things you might not retain, but that's okay.
That's likely the case. I already forgot vibrato. No, vibrato's the words.
Libretto.
Libretto. I remembered something, said something wrong. Classic Pete.
I mean, it's fine. So this is normally the part of the podcast where we would give some shout outs for some comments, and I legit thought earlier, oh, I should look one up, and then completely forgot.
I got one. Hold on. I got
you already
Someone's
have one?
organized, yeah.
I'm gonna look really fast.
Because I have the anchor open, I can also look. But last time I did that, I repeated comments, so who knows?
All right, let me take a look. Let me take a look.
It's in the book.
It's reading Rainbow.
I think we've read that one. Okay.
All right. So as something that I'm not sure we looked at, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. So back in our All Aboard the Nonsense Train episode, we asked you guys, what is something you're excited for over the next 6 months? And Dina had posted saying that she's excited for baseball season to come back. So
and it's back now, right?
it is back now. So
Sports.
and then let me see if there's anything else.
I also found one. If you
Okay,
we
go
can
ahead,
do 3
Joey.
if you still want to look. So
Yeah.
well, this one's kind of goofy. So this is back on the Royal Nonsense episode, which was way back, but that was the one about Carleen. The question that was asked was, if you could hang out in a hot tub with any celebrity, who would it be and why? And avid listener of the podcast, Joey Hendricks, responded with Harry Styles and Florence Pugh. Are we surprised? And my sister Casey also
0%.
puts Florence Pugh. So we're the only two that answered that question because the Hendricks family is on board. So that's the answer to that. So I just gave myself a shout out. Go me.
Well, you
Really?
guys,
Okay.
I didn't see any more. So, guys, please, when you listen on Spotify, there will always be a question from the episode posted. Please go ahead and answer that for a chance for a shout out on a future episode. Make sure that you follow us on TikTok, Triple the Nonsense, Instagram, Triple the Nonsense Podcast. Follow all of us on our personal socials and TikToks. I lost my train of thought.
Love it.
I think whenever someone loses their train of thought, you should pull out that train whistle.
Have it ready always. It's
Yeah.
always here.
Make sure you follow us and on YouTube to watch the unedited version of the podcast. And yeah, I think that's it.
Fam, I think we did it. Heck yes. So like we mentioned earlier in the episode, the next 2 episodes in this arc are going to be about theater and about dance. So if you liked this episode and enjoyed, because who doesn't love games? Everyone loves games. I think it's a fact. Tune in next week to see what Pete's got cooking. So very excited, very much looking forward to that. But anyone else have anything else to add before we sail away into the sunset?
I had
I'm
a
in weird
student
mood.
tell me a really good joke yesterday.
Love it. Give it to us.
All right.
Drop it here.
Do trees poop?
Oh my gosh, I've heard this one.
I don't think they would.
Of course they do. How else would we have number 2 pencils?
Pencils.
I love it. It's so dumb.
Literally wrote it on my board, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "That can stay."
I love dumb humor. That's my favorite.
Because then what would you say if somebody said yes, Pete? Do you know the other side of it?
I'd say, how do you know? Actually, I don't know. What's
Is there another side? Carleen sounds like you know this.
No, well, my friend Dakota, okay, shout out to Dakota. She sent me that same question on Snapchat. And I forget what she said, but she mentioned the number 2 pencil. And then there was another side if I said yes. But that was very clever, Pete.
It wasn't my joke. I'd love to claim it.
I mean,
well, you're claiming it now, so.
I heard it from you first, so good job.
Thanks.
Well, on that punny ending, I'm Joey.
I'm Carleen.
And I'm Pete.
And host. This is Triple the Nonsense, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Jesus, you diva.